Anyways, I want to play this video about this dude. His name is Behind ATL from Atlanta, and I'm gonna play a little of this video and let this brother talk and let him talk, and I'm gonna comment on his points where I'm gonna say where he don't understand.
When I'm looking on the TV and I see, them fight, I feel it.
Yeah.
I'm human. I'm human.
Yeah.
But you know what? What goes around comes around, and there were times when we needed our Latino brothers and sisters come stand shoulder to shoulder with us, and a lot of them, not all of them. I ain't telling y'all that were down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying a lot of them said that is not my problem. So therefore, that's the same energy that the black community most of the black community is, is giving back to this whole situation right there. You know what? It ain't our problem.
I hear where you're coming from, Wick, and I totally understand it. I mean, I do agree that it's not definitely on our front doorstep. However, my only issue is I'm seeing where the kids are being separated from their parents, and they got them in courtrooms by themselves trying to explain to them what the hell is going on. And it's like, you can't do that to the children. It's similar to slavery right now, where they would split up the mamas and the daddies and, send them all over the place and all over the world. They come in here together, trying to make it, and then next thing you know, the system get a hold of them, and the son over there, the daughter over there, and the parents are nowhere to be found as well. And anybody experiencing that, that's inhumane. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
It's like, we can't have that going on to where, even though you might be deporting people, the ways that you're going about it, you got to have that whole family. You got to keep the family together and send them back together if you're going to do that. Don't just split up the...
But see, this the problem where he need to understand this too. We understand all that, but at the end of the day, the parents, people need to take accountability of being a parent. Everything you do reflects on your kids. If you have your kids out here in the streets and they grow up to be gang members selling drugs and all that, it's the parents' fault. If your kid go to school with a knife or a gun and the teacher catch them and they do a parents' conference, they're going to say it's the parents' fault. Everything always is based on the parents. It's the parents. When they come to these kids, these child, it's the parents' problem, not everybody else's problem. And that's another thing that I never liked it, even growing up. Well, my moms used to be in denial on a lot of shit that me and my brother used to do, right? And the teacher used to say, it started from home, and my mom used to get mad. But I'm like, no, a lot of stuff is taught by the parents, and this is what he don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because for once, brother, you're from the South. You're not from the West Coast, where predominantly Mexicans at. If you never lived there, been around it, grew up around it, bro, you'll never understand that culture, because that culture is different from black people in the South. In the South, blacks only know black and white. They started getting Hispanics maybe 20, 25 years ago, but the Mexicans and Hispanics didn't live around the blacks like that, like how they do on the West Coast. And that's from Colorado, Texas, all the way back. He don't understand that. So yes, sir, it's the parents' fault. If them kids are separated from their parents because of this situation, it's the parents should have knew that. They know that. They knew the outcome of this. You know what I'm saying? So nobody should feel sorry for what your parents did. Your parents created this, not the world. This not other people's problem. This the parents' problem. Let me continue the video, because there's more to this madness.
The family and have people not knowing what the hell their kids are, who can't barely even, know anything, who might not know their parents' names, numbers, and everything. They are splitting up everybody. So I think that's an issue, and then
Well, before you go on, let me nip that little part in the bud. And I feel you. It's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, this is what a lot of my brothers and sisters are saying. Well, this same thing happened to us hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And it's still affecting us right now.
Facts.
And instead, when Trump was running for re-election, and a lot of this stuff was in Project 2025. A lot of the Latino brothers and sisters, they didn't feel that part from us. That our families got separated.
Yeah.
That our family.
They didn't feel that. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I'm gonna say this again, bro. You're not from the West Coast, man. You're not from California. You're not from New Mexico. You're not from them parts, so you would never understand that. And a lot of people from California had to teach people that from the South. Like, you don't know the politics out here when blacks is dealing with Mexicans and how Mexicans feel about us because they feel like they want to be Anglo Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? The white part that's what La 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 Raza mean. La La Raza mean that the Mexicans want to be white, not fucking with black people. That's why they washed out that black shit to be more, you know what I'm saying, white looking so they can be accepted in this country. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what he's about to say. That's what they're doing. I know I'm from there. So no motherfucking other nigga from the Midwest, South, or the fucking East Coast can tell us about no Mexicans. You can't tell black people from the West Coast about how Mexicans treat us. You know what I'm saying? They don't fuck with us, period.
You know what I'm saying, that we were being tracked down and sold and shipped, and none of that mattered to them. Our history did not matter. See, so now they went out, their history that matters. See, that's what I'm saying. What goes around comes around, and I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get what as a human, you know what I'm saying. It's hard to turn away from an accident. It's hard to turn away from an accident because that's what it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to mind your business and keep driving.
But under no circumstances, regardless of what the hell's going on, do kids need to be separated from their parents? Just because we went through that back in the day don't mean what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's what happened back then in a different time period.
But a lot
so when
of
you
them
see that happening again in this time period, you have to go straight to the source and say, no, we're not going to have that because that kind of behavior is not acceptable in 2025.
They overwhelmingly voted for this right now. That's what the black people's trying to tell you. It's not like, okay, when not saying that Kamala was the best one, but when it was time for us to join blacks, Latinos, you see what I'm saying, to make our voice heard with this election. The majority of the Latinos overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump for this.
That's a fact. And that's what people need to understand that too. Once again, they voted for Trump to be in position. When black people was telling them for years, this is where this so-called black and brown coalition come from. That shit didn't start in the South. It didn't start in the Midwest. It didn't start on the East. It started on the West Coast. Black people on the West Coast tried to unite with the Mexicans. Even go way back to Chavez. But also, you know, they had their own group. Their own civil people that said, we don't want nothing to do with black problems. Period. Don't use the 92 riots. Don't use the George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter, because, man, was more white people out there than anybody. And that's a fact. Niggas don't want to tell the truth. Mexicans as a whole, not all, but majority, at least 90% of Mexicans from Mexico are Mexican Americans. Do not fuck with black people at all. Propaganda. That's a fact. 10% is still a lot in California. The West Coast, whatever you want to call it. But 90% of Mexicans do not fuck with us. And the thing I don't like with black people is, y'all will go out your way for other groups, but y'all not willing to do that for your own people. We got too many fucking enemies. And y'all just don't want to recognize that. Y'all just hate to hear the truth. Y'all, like Tariq always said, y'all just be doing that shit because y'all want some Latino cooch. That's all it is. Other than that, bro, fight for reparation is what the country owe our ancestors for what they did and what they built. That's our main objection. That's our main goal. It's that. Other people business, no. You don't hear no Mexicans calling on Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Africans, Asian. No, they calling on black Americans. You know why? Because we started this gangster shit. We the reason why white people know they place. Because they can't defeat us. Why? Because they already did it. So that's why other groups want us to participate in their fight, is because we went through it. They want us to be the shield to stand up for them. And as soon as it go in order, then they gonna turn right back to what? Fuck you niggers. Fuck you mayates. That's basically what it is. So I don't like when you niggas jump out of pocket out the window for these motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you. That's it. I only want to play the rest of the video, but that's just the truth. Raised by OGs, not IGs. Huh?